of Article 194 TFEU. We have highlighted the historical development of the energy policy from the communities up to today. In 2015, the Commission wanted to breathe further life into Article 194 TFEU and published a strategy in terms of forming the so-called energy union. And this energy union has certain goals which are sub-goals to the general aims and the general scope of Article 194 TFEU, which we mentioned before. The most significant of those aims would be to diversify the sources of energy. The sources of energy, of course, knowing that coal and steel are not of the same importance that they were in the 1980s and 90s, and of course, trying to respect also the European Union climate policy. We're going to come to that in our next couple of lectures. You know, the energy policy has, especially after Kyoto, to be seen also very closely connected with the European Union environmental policy, and that makes things even more difficult in most cases. Imagine 27 member states not having the same infrastructure energy-wise, trying to get on the same page in order to find common solutions and common answers to climate change. Not always an easy thing to be done. It's not a spoiler, it's just to give you already a first impression of what's going to follow in the analysis of the upcoming lectures, which are going to deal with matters of the European Union environmental and climate policies and laws. Other aims of the energy union would be to improve the energy efficiency, to cut emissions. That comes directly out of the Kyoto Protocol, of course, and also to decarbonize the economy and to prioritize research, innovation, to make sure that renewable energies enter thoroughly and properly the energy production. Some further contemporary developments. Well, the Commission, as I said before, the Commission is the one which is in charge of proposing future legislation. It proposed in November 2016 a package dealing with the topic of clean energy for all Europeans. That's some title, consisting of legislative proposals in order to revise the electricity market design, a risk preparedness regulation, an energy efficiency directive was also proposed in this package, and a framework program was actually launched in 2021, the Horizon Europe program, because we saw that one of the aims of the Energy Union of 2015 was to promote research in terms of enhancing the energy policy of the Union. And the Horizon Europe program is actually promoting such research, having a certain budget, and it is governed by another regulation, which was also to be seen as some part of this Clean Energy for All Europeans package. The Fit for 55 package, aiming at reducing emissions by at least 55% by 2030, and this reduction that also comes straight off the Kyoto Protocol. You have always to compare the relevant 1990 levels. And this Fit for 55 package also includes proposals for the revision of existing EU acts, the revision of the Renewable Energy Directive, the Energy Taxation Directive, because one approach of the European Union has been in the last years that, okay, if we cannot make the member states change their energy policy in order to support the Green Deal and the climate policy, which we're going to talk about in the upcoming lectures, maybe taxation could be one way to go. Maybe making undertakings benefit of certain rules of them not being in the need to pay the same amount of taxes when using renewable energy. That could be one motivation. Other contemporary developments, of course, have to do with the REPowerEU plan. That was a response of the Commission to the general issues which occurred on the global energy market after the ongoing situation in the Ukraine. And the main scope was here to end the European Union's dependence on Russian fossil fuels. So this REPowerEU plan is still very much in charge, in force, but we're going to deepen information about that in the upcoming lectures, because here you will see that energy policy finds itself at the borderline of environmental and climate change policy.